Hi there, FocusFox here to help you with the most important part of setting up a daily report card, selecting the student's goals. Before I show you how to add goals to your DRC, let's talk about what makes up a good DRC goal. DRC goals should be set for the behaviors that, if changed, will have a big impact on how the student is doing at school. It is really important to involve the student's teacher and any other adults who work closely with the student to decide which goals will be most important to work on. DRC goals can cover behaviors across many domains, including peer relationships, academic work, including completion and accuracy, classroom rule following and relationships with adults, for example, complying with teacher directions. Once you have selected the key domains you would like to work on, the next step is to define specific DRC goals. It can be hard for students and adults to keep track of too many behaviors, so you will want to pick the most important ones to start. A good rule of thumb is to choose between 2 and 5 behaviors to work on. Younger students may benefit from starting with fewer goals, 2 or 3, while older students may be able to keep up with more goals. DRC goals should be very clearly defined so that the student, teacher, and parent all understand exactly what the goal means. The goal should also include behavior that can be observed and counted by the teacher and the student. For example, if a student needs the most support in completing academic work, then a goal might be to complete assignments within the specified time or to complete assignments accurately. If a student needs support getting along with peers, then a goal might be to wait his or her turn or not to interrupt other children while they are working. For a list of example goals, go to mygoalpal.fiu.edu/DRC guide. Once you have selected your goals, the next step is to decide on the criteria for each goal, or how the student must score on the goal to earn it yes. The criterion should be achievable for the student but should still provide a slight challenge. A good rule of thumb is that the goal should be set so that the student would meet the goal about 80% of the time. For example, if a student currently interrupts about 3 times a class period, then a good initial goal would be to interrupt 2 or fewer times per period. It is often helpful to spend a few days tracking how often behaviors occur before setting goals. It is important that students are successful with goals initially so that they stay motivated to meet their goals. Goals can be made more challenging over time. To create DRC goals using myGoalPal, navigate to the Today's DRC page for the student and click the Add/Edit Goals button. You will notice that there is a list of commonly used goals that you may select from. There are 3 types of goals. Yes or no goals, for example, turns in completed homework. Frequency goals, for example, interrupts class 4 or fewer time. Percentage goals, for example, completes assignments with 80% accuracy. If you select a pre-programmed frequency or percentage goal, then you will enter the criterion for meeting the goal below. Next, you will choose how frequently to evaluate each goal. You can evaluate a goal during every class period, or you can evaluate the goal during certain class periods. For example, if a student has a goal to complete assignments accurately and the student does not receive assignments during physical education, then you can skip the goal for that period of the day. You can also decide to evaluate a goal once per day. This is most appropriate for low-frequency behaviors, like putting the agenda book in the backpack at the end of the day or turning homework in at the start of the day. If you would like to add a custom goal, select Other from the target behavior list. If you are using a yes/no goal, you can type the text in the text box below. For example, puts DRC in folder at the end of the day. If you are using a frequency or percentage goal, follow the example and type the text for your goal and an X in brackets where the criterion will go. You will have an opportunity to define the criterion in the next step. Next, select the type of goal below. If you are using a frequency or percentage goal, you will have 2 options for defining your criterion depending on if you are trying to increase a behavior or decrease a behavior. If you would like to increase a behavior, like raising hand to participate, select the first option. If you are trying to decrease a behavior, like interrupting or getting off task, select the second option. For example, I am going to add a frequency goal to wait turn with 2 or fewer reminders. I will first type the text in the text box and add the X in brackets as a placeholder for my criterion. Next, I will select a frequency goal and select the second option. I will add a 2 in the text box. Finally, I will evaluate this goal during all classes. When you are finished creating your goal, click the Add Goal button at the bottom of the page. From there, you can add additional goals, or you can get started on setting up a reward menu. You can always go back and edit the student's goals by clicking the Add/Edit Goals button. Next, click the Edit Existing Goal tab and select the goal you would like to edit. Tune into the next video to learn about setting up a reward menu.